This video is to help you with starting a new Google Slides presentation. To start a new Google Slides presentation, I am going to start with my Google Apps up in the corner. One of them should say Google Slides. If you don't have that in the menu, go ahead and search for Google Slides and that will come up for you. Now, if you're not signed in, it might ask you to sign in first and hit Start a Presentation. If you are signed in, it will bring up your current presentations and some options for starting a new one. So I'd like a new blank presentation. It starts by asking me if I want to choose a theme for this presentation. I'm going to start with just this white theme. I could choose different colors for a theme, but I know that I can edit this white background as much as I want to and customize it the way I want to. So I'll start with white. And this is where I'm going to put the title of my presentation. And below my title, I'm going to include my name. I can change the font of my words by highlighting them and going up into my toolbar. My toolbar here is going to give me lots of the tools that I need to edit and customize my presentation. So I can choose maybe a different font for my title. This 52 is my font size. I might be able to make it bigger or smaller depending on how long my title is. And name, I could maybe make it in bold print if I want to. This I is for italics. U is for underline. Don't need all of those things. Or I can change the text color by clicking the A with the line underneath. Right now that line is a dark gray. I can change that to pink if I wanted my name to show up in pink. Changing the background of my slide is going to require me to first click in this background space. If I'm clicked in a text bar, the toolbar is not going to show the background button that I need because my text box has been clicked in. Now that I'm in this white space, I can select Change Background. I can change to any color that I'd like, or I can change to an image that I select. It could be something that I have in my computer already, and I can drag the file into this box, or I can search for one by clicking Browse. It could be in my Google Drive, or I could do a Google image search. So if I wanted my background to be something specific, like maybe I want my background to be stripes, I can find something here. The only thing is, if your background is a little bit busier, make sure that I'm still able to clearly read the words. So, always make sure your words stand out more than the background stands out. I can also make it easier to read my words by filling in my text box. This paint bucket is the fill color. Maybe I want this text box to be white, so that way I can really see the words stand out and they don't blend in with my background. Adding another slide will be over here with this plus sign. I can choose a plus for the standard slide with a title and a larger text box under it, or I can choose the down arrow and it gives me some options for my next slide. Maybe I just want my next slide to be title only, and so there's no text box here. This slide, I could always delete by clicking on the text box, not inside, but on the text box, and hitting the delete key will remove this text box. And now I have empty space here if I would like to add pictures, graphs, charts, anything that I'd like. So one of the things that you'll need to put in your presentation might be the major responsibilities for your branch of government. In this case, if I have the executive branch, might be thinking of the responsibilities of the president. I suggest having more images, whether that be pictures, graphics, just representations, rather than having long lists of sentences and paragraphs. So to include a picture, I can either do a Google image search in a new tab. Here I've done a search for the White House, and like this picture here comes from whitehouse.gov, a reliable source. I could include this picture in my slide in a couple of ways. Let me make sure you can see this. One way is to save the image, either by dragging it to my desktop or by maybe doing a right click or two-finger click and saving the image this way. Could also copy the image, that would work. I could also click and drag this, hold on to it until it's on your slide and let go. And sometimes that works. It works most of the time. Every once in a while it says it was not able to create the image and you'd have to save it a different way. So I can include mostly pictures in my slides, and then later I will make a video of all of my slides and my information, and I will talk about the slides, sort of like this video does. It talks about the slides as it goes through, and that is going to be my presentation. A few other tips when you're using Google Slides. I recommend going up to the top and giving your presentation a name so that you can easily find it later. And if I decide that I wanted to change the order of my slides, that is easy as click and dragging the slides to have them in a new order. If you have questions while you are working on your Google Slides, feel free to put them in the comment section of Google Classroom or send me an email, and I'd be happy to try to help you with anything that you have while you're working on your project.